I'm so excited.
I am too, Jane. It's a pleasure to be with you again.
Because we love music, we
yes,
love
we
memories,
do.
but
Absolutely.
you and I are also a twosome that love when a beautiful piece of furniture that looks like something that you found and you bought and you refurbished and you enjoyed will also take care of all of the ways that we enjoy music now in the 21st century. Please stay tuned, but most importantly, if you are an Aviator lover, because last year around the holidays we could not keep them in stock, this is our today's special value. There are more features than ever before, and if you remember where the big fully featured Aviator was last season, you are doing cartwheels over our today's special value price. It's only $37.38 on Easy Pay, and for the first time ever, we've had 4 color choices. So the one in between Bob and yours truly is the mahogany. That's always been a fabulous bestseller, and that is absolutely gorgeous. There's the mahogany. But to my left, what you're seeing are the choices, 2 of them that you've never seen before. Okay, I just have to point out the black. And Bob, I have a feeling the black might not last very long, maybe not even the hour. It's the only one with the chrome detail. Aviator has never done black before. It's by far the most limited on the day. I don't know if it'll see 1 a.m. Eastern time because it's already popular. And oh, by the way, we've never seen the black before. Now this one is the gorgeous espresso. It's deeper than the mahogany. Later on, Bob and I will put them side by side so you can see. And that also is a brand new choice that we've never seen before. And then if you have that country home, if you have the love of the lighter woods, look at that detail. That's that beautiful blonde oak. Also joining the most functions ever from Aviator and the most colors ever from Aviator. And call us if you have one in your home and get a second one, because this one's even better. Bob, I keep saying I love this company, and Aviator is a company. I met the owner tonight.
Yeah, Corey,
with a heart, right?
Yes, yes. Innovative Technology is the company that Corey started, and he brought out the Aviator, which, by the way, as a homage, if you will, to the nostalgic look with the beautiful, rich, genuine wood, this beautiful woven grill cloth, and the supple texture of this leatherette on the front. You know, Jane, I'll tell you a little story. When I used to sell electronics in a department store between jobs, I remember women coming in and saying, does it have to be black? Does it have to be metal? Does it have to be chrome? And it did have to be, because that was all that was available. So Innovative Technology came out with the Aviator and products like it that we've had here on QVC with the express reason to warm your home with this beautiful nostalgic look of genuine wood, the leatherette, the grill cloth, and everything. So before you even turn it on, it waxes nostalgically of the way furniture and fine things to warm your home used to be. Right?
And you know what? In any decor. Now, I will tell you the black and the mahogany are by far the most popular. There are a lot more available at midnight in the mahogany than there is in the black. And at this point, there is no advance order. So I don't have a second card that says we're going to be able to ship a second one out to you at this one-day only low price at about $1 a day on Easy Pay. But let's settle in. Like we said, the wood is gorgeous. The detail is so elegant. It goes in any decor. I would say this almost looks like a more contemporary home that we're sitting in, and the Aviator is right at home.
Blends well.
But how many ways, Bob Rayner, can I listen to my music when my Aviator comes to my home?
Well, it says 8-in-1, and it is an 8-in-1 music system, and we're going to wow you with all the things it does. And that's one of the most innovative things here, is the fact that you have this warm, nostalgic look, but yet 20th, 21st century features, right? What you're hearing now is a phonograph record. And you know, and Jane and I, you and I come from a background in the same area in radio and all that
Scranton,
stuff.
Pennsylvania.
You know, back in your closet or in your basement, you have crates and crates of the record albums that shaped your life.
So what was your favorite album when you were in high school?
Well, my favorite album, I was a fanatic. I came through Beatlemania, so obviously, you know, Meet the Beatles was my very first album, you know, but I had a lot of Eric Clapton and Cream and all that stuff. But I had a lot of musical people in my family that worked with the New York Metropolitan Opera and everything, so I had that kind of upbringing too. What you're hearing now is a beautiful piece of classical music spinning on the turntable here. A record player, a turntable by the way, which will play 33s, 78s, and 45 RPMs. We even give you the adapter there. So there you go, records first and foremost.
And it's so funny because 5 years ago, we'd only be maybe tapping into nostalgia. Billboard.com said there was a 52% growth in the sale of vinyl albums in 2014.
Isn't that something?
I was recently at a famous, well-known bookstore that usually just sold CDs and DVDs. They never had vinyl. About 3 weeks ago, I was there with my sister Chrissy, our best friend Florence, and my daughter Deirdre. And we walked in, and I looked up, and right at the elevator, right where everybody goes, was this huge vinyl display. And I thought, oh, I wanted to run around the store and say, you guys have to watch QVC on July 12th because we have a really great Today's Special Value. So it's not just our memory vinyl, it's all the new albums that you
Everything
can get
old is
today.
new again, and it's all the rage,
We just bought one with a lady's name named Taylor in an album. It's so cool. And like my husband said, there's so many music purists who say, that's the way I want to hear my music. But we don't end with just the album.
We don't end there, of course.
There's more.
There is more. And of course, CDs, you know, the contemporary music format, well, there is a full-blown digital CD player. So you go back to formats that are almost a century old, up to the latest digital music. You simply pop a CD in there, close it up, and you need to do nothing more than either select, either with the buttons that you can select on the front or with the full function remote control. You can select to listen to a CD as well, and it's just that easy. And you can control all of the CD functions and everything, fast forward, rewind, even program it with the remote control. So there you go. Old technology, new technology in the same beautiful cabinet.
And now we're hearing the CD. But oh, by the way, and I hope I'm not jumping
Please
ahead.
go ahead, because there's plenty.
If you have that vinyl album, and it's the only, my first album was the Mary Poppins soundtrack. I got it on my mother's birthday. I was probably 3 years old.
Wow.
I jumped around a step in time more in that basement. And when we finally went to London as a family, and I walk up to St. Paul's, and it hit me, that's where Feed the Birds came from. I'm sobbing on the steps, and my kids are just like, oh, there she goes again. That's what music does. You can record from your vinyl album onto the CD in the Aviator.
Indeed you can. And that is one of the things, in fact, why wait? We'll show you right now exactly how that's done, okay? What you do is this, and it's quite simple because we'll show you what you don't have to do, but you take a blank recordable CD.
They're everywhere.
And this can use, of course, CDRs, which are writable CDs, or CDRWs, which means rewritable. So you can use them over and over again.
I don't need a computer, right, Bob?
Right, you don't need a computer. Here's what you do. You put in a blank CD, quite simple, okay? You put in a blank CD, and then you get ready to start whatever you want to record. You don't just have to record from an album, a record, by the way, a vinyl disc. You can record from a tape, we'll show you that in a moment, and so much more. But once you've loaded the blank CD, here's what you do, Jane. You touch the button up here that says record, and it says there CD, meaning you're going to record from the CD. You get ready to start your record, and when you're all set to go, you touch one button there. You are now making digital CD copies of your record albums, which does two things. It allows you, first of all, to preserve those old records, because you know the more you play records, the more they wear, right? And the second thing is, you're able to then use that music, listen to your records in places you could never listen to them before. You don't have a record player in your car, right? But now you can record your favorite record albums from years past onto a CD, put it in the slot in your CD player in your car, and away you go.
And when you're done, you just hit finalize.
And when you're done, all you have to do is stop it. And by the way, you can add lots of albums onto a CD, make your own mixes, if you will. And then when you're done, all you have to do is press the finalize button to finalize it so it can be played in other players. And you mentioned something before, what you don't do. You didn't have to pull out a computer. You didn't have to pull out a turntable or a tape player or anything else external. You didn't have to connect any wires. Everything you need to do to make pristine digital recordings, your index finger. That's all you need right here in this box.
So it looks like something out of a wonderful vintage home. It looks like something that you would see on a house tour if I was in Victorian Cape May and I'd walk through a beautiful bed and breakfast. But what it does, it gives you fabulous sound. Oh, by the way, this elegant grill is behind these awesome built-in speakers, and yes, we can get the music cranked. cranking. Over 300 of you have already dialed in. Before we go on to more ways to hear the music, I'd love to do the colors again.
Sure, please.
Because one of the #1 colors here, and look at that beautiful work, the detail work as if it was almost jewelry for your home. This is the mahogany. This has been very popular since midnight. Again, you're using your credit card. You're getting this home. It's $37.38. I know the one gentleman in our family that's going to be getting this at Christmas time. I know he's going to love it, but I don't have to worry. Will he love it? Because you have, during our Christmas in July, since we earmarked this as a very special today's special value, you get to return it to the end of January 2016. So you buy it now, it gets shipped to you right away. You probably will want to get it out of the box and play with it. But if it is a gift, you tuck it away in that little gift spot. You wrap it up for Hanukkah or Christmas. If they're not in love with it, you have a return policy to the end of January. So there's the mahogany. Now, I'm in love with this black. It is brand new. The whole unit is new, but Aviator has been on the air last holiday season. We could not keep them in stock. Bob and I often only had one color, and it was not at this today's special value price. This black is brand new. It's the only one with that chrome accent. The turntable, of course, up and underneath. That is the most limited, and that's been the most popular, and there is no advance order. We've never seen an Aviator in that gorgeous
Never
black.
before, and I love it.
Oh, it's been so popular since midnight. This is next, our beautiful espresso. It's a little bit deeper than your mahogany. And then, if you love this look, this is going to sit in a kitchen, a country kitchen. This is going to be in a family room. Or you'll love these blonder oak tones. This one is called blonde oak. Okay, so let's check. Like we said, the most obviously ways to listen to music ever at a fabulous price. Like you said to me, Jane, we used to sell the one that didn't even do this much at that price last year.
Indeed we
This
did,
is
yes.
the today's special value. So turntable, any vinyl, CD, record from your record onto your CD. There's more. What's next?
There is more. Well, a lot of us also have these in our closets, right? Cassette tapes, and plenty of them. I have cases, handles and everything used to carry in the car. They don't put cassette players in cars anymore. But Jane, right on the edge of that, you'll see a slot there.
Okay.
You can just push that all the way in there and select either from the front panel or on your remote control, select tape. And within moments, you'll indeed be hearing taped music as well. So that's the cool thing about Aviator, is you're playing what we call it as past, present, and future.
Right.
Music from the past, like on tapes or vinyl, right? And music from the future, as we'll get into in just a moment. So yes, you can indeed now play your cassette tapes as well. And that's the beauty, one of the many beauties, not just physical, visual beauty, but audible beauty of replaying those memories from tapes and albums.
We don't have any cassette players left in our house. You know, we used to have a bunch of them. They're gone. We don't have cassette players in our car. We also have cassettes of recordings of our daughters talking when they were little, what we used to do.
Precious.
So imagine hearing your 25-year-old's voice when she was 2, simply because you have the Aviator. And oh, by the way, can I record from this CD, this tape? We're listening to the tape right now.
Indeed.
Onto the CD?
In fact, you can record from tapes or from the record albums, and even from something else we even haven't even showed you yet, right, onto a CD to make digital recordings and digital copies. Okay?
And hey, if you want to jam out to your music and everybody else is watching television, you even have a headphone jack on the front, so you can listen to that tape you made back in the 80s.
You stole my thunder here.
Oh,
but
sorry.
I actually said, just to illustrate the point, plug that in, it silences the speaker, and now you'll be able to listen to your music through a headphone, because there's a built-in headphone jack for private listening.
Love it. So why buy that album again and, pay for that now digitally when you can record it on your CD, you can listen to it while you're on your computer, but now there is still more. So again, vinyl and cassette and CD and AM, FM radio if you love NPR, if you love listening to your favorite sports station. But there's more, right?
But there is more, and as a matter of fact, you mentioned AM, FM radio. That's what you're hearing now. Tuned into a radio station here in the studio. So we have AM and FM radio. Listen to your
Can I be a DJ on the station?
Can you be a DJ?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Hey, I did these mixes. I'm the DJ here, okay? All right, but yes, wait, there's more, because here's the one thing
we've never seen before.
that Aviator has added. We have added to the Aviator
This
here
is
from
new.
Innovative Technology. Brand new for the today's special value, USB. So now you can play records that are 70 years old or the latest digital technology with no moving parts on a USB drive. Watch this. Right here on the front panel, there is a USB port. All you need to do is plug that right in there, and then you can use your remote control or use one of the buttons here in the front to select the source that you want to hear. By the way, whenever you change sources, it gives you a friendly notice that it's busy until it finds what.
I'm doing something.
I have 10 songs on there. You want to play all 10? Go right ahead, just start them up and away you go. And now we're listening to digital music
from
coming out of the USB drive.
Okay, so you know your kids have all their music on that. You've got tons of music on your computer. Now you just download it onto a USB that you can find anywhere. And for the first time ever, now you take truly 21st century Jetson space age technology and you pop it into something that looks so much like, I wish we still had it, but that wonderful, it was a turntable and a radio that my Nana was in my grandfather and my Nana's house. And we didn't save it, I don't know where it went, but I can remember that. We listened to this crazy album where they actually sang words to the Nutcracker, Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. Okay?
Yes.
We were a simple group back in Mahanoy City in the 1960s to get that album and put them back on here and then have my girls put their, dance mixes here. Okay, let me do colors again because now over 900 have been ordered. So here's the mahogany. And there is also an external audio.
Yes, and I'll show you that in a moment because we still have other things we haven't touched on.
So that's why we need an hour because Bob
Yeah.
and I have a lot to do.
Yeah.
So here's mahogany, one of the most popular colors. When Aviator first came, we did not have 4 colors, and we certainly did not have that USB option that you're seeing there. To my left is the black with the chrome. All the others have that gorgeous sort of antique gold. 300 of you have already dialed in the black. I have a very sneaking suspicion that as the day goes on, that will be off. In fact, we actually built a special set knowing we probably are gonna have to remove the black. That's how limited it is. And over 900 of you have already dialed in since midnight. Here's the espresso along with the black, a first time gorgeous color scene. And we're gonna show you in a moment, this literally is 360 degrees of beauty
all
with
the
the
sides are
solid,
finished
gorgeous
beautifully.
wood.
Yeah.
And then I love that blonde oak. And if you're thinking, you look at that and say, you know what? My daughter just got married. That will look so cool in their apartment. I hope she likes it. Don't worry, because since it's Christmas in July, you order it now. You get this one-day only low price. You get 5 easy payments of $37.38. And now you've got that love it or return it policy to the end of January 2016. Before we show you more, because there is more to learn about this, Liz from California is joining us. Hi, Liz. Meet Bob. Welcome to A Memory Making Today's Special Value.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm on the air.
Oh, we love to have you here. Liz, what color did you get?
I got the espresso.
Oh, that's brand new.
Yeah, new today.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It looks awesome, and it looks like an awesome item. And I'm getting it for my husband for Christmas.
Yay.
Lucky
And
guy.
I had just 2 questions.
Okay.
Sure, please.
One, will you need to listen to the FM radio stations, will you need an antenna, and can you get an antenna? And 2, can you hook up external speakers?
Thank you for asking those questions. Okay, it has a built-in antenna. It's actually a very long wire in the back. You can't see it, it's out of sight now. It's about 2.5 feet long. And as long as you have that stretched out fully, that should be plenty for receptions of your local radio stations, okay? And then you asked about external speakers. There is not an external speaker connection here. However, if you use the headphone jack, you can easily get there. They're easy to find in local electronics stores. A headphone jack that actually plugs into there, but the opposite ends have speaker connections. And you can get those for $5 or $6 or something like that, and use the headphone output jack in order to feed external speakers if you'd like to do that.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
And I want to thank QVC for having Christmas in July. I have all my Christmas shopping done with you guys by
good for
the end
you.
of July or August.
Yay.
And when everybody's out rushing around in November and December,
You got
I'm like,
your feet up.
I've done all mine on QVC and got
Good
the
for
best
you.
prices and the
Good
best
for you.
products.
And do you think your husband is going to go crazy? What do you think is the first thing he's going to listen
He
to?
has tons of vinyls, but no record player. And every time we go out to an estate sale, a thrift shop, or wherever, he picks up a vinyl, but he doesn't have anything to play it on.
Yeah, and now you've got 21st century technology also in the turntable.
Yes.
Because that's not
Yes.
like the old turntable you find at those auction sites and you get home and it's like a mess. This is all the best technology, so much music to unlock. Liz, you're gonna have to get the video camera out and like record his face when he hears some of that music for the first time in a long time. So
I will.
enjoy
I
the
definitely
Christmas
will.
shopping.
This is very
Thanks
exciting.
so much.
Great.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much, QVC. Thank you, guys. Good talking with you. Thank you.
And you know,
Bye-bye.
I can see we've so struck a nerve because I can't tell you how many people are on my Facebook page posting their favorite album, pictures of their favorite album. And there you see in our QVC living room, we are offering a beautiful table separately. You don't need it. But if you would like to get the stand, it does come in the colors to work back to this famous Aviator. It's $79.50, and it is available at QVC.com, E227473. Another customer request. If you'd like to buy that, it is available. But again, to go over the colors and then more features, because Bob and I said this is really not about technology.
No, this is one
about-
electronic item that is not about
No, it's
technology.
about
memories, warmth, visual appeal, and everything.
Right.
But yet, we didn't give up the
No,
technology.
you
Not at all.
upgraded it. And
Yes.
also introducing your music to your children and grandchildren and then enjoying bonding with them over their music and so much more. So the mahogany is by far one of the most popular. We've now jumped to over 1,300 ordered since
My goodness.
midnight.
Wow.
And this is today and today only at this price. This is a no worries holiday gift because you can return it to the end of January. Look at this gorgeous detail. This comes from a company that loves what they do. And the size is 10 by 18
By 18,
inches.
right.
So the thumbprint is so easy to pop on a desk
Indeed
or a
it is,
table.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
don't want to purchase the extra table, you don't have to.
Right,
Okay. We knew we had a star in our midst.
Mm-hmm.
That gorgeous first time ever in Aviator black wood finish. Nearly 500 have been ordered since midnight just in the black. We don't have a lot left for the rest of the day. It's gorgeous. And I think if you're looking for something for a home that's a little sleeker, for a gentleman's office, how about this down in the man cave? Gotta love it. One of our callers fell in love with the espresso. So that is also our next brand new color. And then we also brought a customer favorite, the blonde oak. But Betty's on the line. Hi,
Good.
Betty. Meet Bob. Welcome to our wonderful, music-filled, memory-filled, and stunning to look at today's special value.
Well, hello to you too.
Hi.
What color did you get?
I got the espresso. It goes with my
Very
pine
good.
furniture.
Oh, that's brand new. We never did the espresso before.
Well, you did it just for me.
Yes, just for Betty.
Why not?
So, Betty, what music are you going to be listening to?
I'm going to record a lot of the LPs that I've had, for not a century, but for the last I don't know how many years, and I'll be able to save those and play them, in the car or anywhere. And I also have some cassette tapes that I'll probably.
Right.
I know I'm going to record those too because those are really going out of style. And anyway, it's just to me, it's very valuable to have.
Great. Good to hear.
And it's beautiful to look at, isn't it, Betty? I mean, it is fine
it's compact,
furniture
it
in your home.
doesn't take up a lot of space.
No, it
and
doesn't.
It's perfect for me.
Well, I'm glad we had the perfect color. I'm so glad you watched tonight. And, when other people come in and they have other ways to listen to their music, one we didn't even get to yet, Betty, this is the perfect way to go. So thank you so much and enjoy your holidays and all the days.
I will, and you do the same.
Thanks, Betty.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
So, if you have kids, you're probably thinking, okay, the USB thing is cool.
That's cool.
And there is an external input if you want to take it from another way that the music, but what about my phone? What about my computer that has Bluetooth? What about my tablet?
Yep.
That's where all my music is. I wonder if I can listen to my music through my phone.
You wonder? Wonder no more. Yes.
We are.
You
Here,
are.
let's take a walk.
Because right here you're seeing here blue, because this will also play wirelessly streamed music from your iPod, smartphone, or any Bluetooth device.
So what we're listening to right now, and we're going to get up and walk around
Yep,
because we don't have to be tethered. You literally can be 33 feet away from the Aviator. Bob's holding his phone or his iPad, and
Right.
this is playing music as we're walking. I'd love to even walk over here and show you that if you do get the table, notice there is the divider down there so that you can put all your albums. Oh, that phone that he's holding, that's playing
That's
the
playing
music that
over
we're
there.
listening to over there.
Wirelessly streaming,
And
right.
then look, here's the cassettes. Here are all the different types of vinyl. Here's the CDs. Here's the USB. And oh, if you don't mind, my
Go ahead,
friend.
take you there.
And here is your
Bluetooth device.
Bluetooth
right, your
device, no matter
digital
what
device.
it is, you know, your phone, your tablet, it doesn't matter. All of this is playing on our today's special value.
And Jane, you know, among that collection of records, I just want to point this out. You have a 33 1/3 vinyl record, a 45, we give you the adapter for that, and that record in the middle,
Yeah.
that's a 78 RPM record from our grandparents' age. It will play on this device as
Wow.
well.
That's Fred Waring's and the Pennsylvanians that I was telling you about.
Exactly.
So just to recap as you're dialing in, we wanted to bring the family back together again. You know, this is where, even though I'm on TV, I say you turn off the TV. Can you imagine getting Bing Crosby White Christmas and putting it on this around the holidays? Can you imagine getting that album out that you slow dance to for the very first time? And so many people talk about vinyl. That is the star, but it's not the only
Right.
star. There are 8 ways for you to listen to your music more than ever before. And to do the colors, once again, here is your gorgeous mahogany. It is by far one of the most popular choices tonight. The rich contrast with the chocolate brown, oh, it's just beautiful. And then I think we've got a new star in the firmament, and I think our friends at Aviator
believe
must
so.
always
Yeah.
include black. Black is brand new. We've sold how many since midnight, Dan? I know we're busy on the phone lines now. Okay, we've sold over 1,700, but 600 of them have been the black. And
Oh
there
my.
is no advance order
That
at
won't
this
last,
point on
yeah.
this value of the day. The other brand new one a lot of our callers are loving is the espresso, and then we also have the blonde oak. So let's check it off. Any size, any type of vinyl, like Billboard said, Billboard.com, 52% growth in vinyl sales in 2014. You're finding them even in mainstream stores that you never saw before. So Bob, take us through all these features.
Sure, well, you see the 3-speed turntable to play all your vinyl sources, the CD player and recorder, as we touched on. Okay, you also just saw the CD go in there, and that's the great advantage. You can preserve your music and listen to it elsewhere on the CD. USB with AM/FM radio, so much cassette player, and I said I have cases of those. We lived on that for when we were younger. Bluetooth wireless streaming technology that you were hearing moments ago from smartphones or other digital devices.
And first
the
time
new,
ever.
and the first time ever, we are now adding USB playback and recording capability. Oh, and by the way, you see that there? It says auxiliary input.
Right.
There's something I'd point out to there too, because sometimes you have the old Walkman cassette players, or even, dare I say, 8-track players or whatever, that before Bluetooth existed.
Right.
Well, fear not, because there is even a what we call hardwired. There is an auxiliary input here, aux in. So all you need to do is plug in the cable, which, by the way, we supply
Right.
if you have
Thank
that.
you.
And you can use the headphone output from any kind of a device, like an iPod or what have you.
Right.
And then you can play it through the cable into the auxiliary input, yet another way to play your music.
I mean, there's. I'm thinking,
different
my
ways.
brain is
Right.
spinning, and I'm like, I can't come up with any way that you couldn't listen to music on the Aviator. It is bringing generations together. It's bringing families back together.
It is
It's
indeed.
really, can you imagine having this in your dining room and at, you know, that birthday dinner, listening to music through the ages. We're gonna run off to the phones, and then Bob and I are gonna give you a 360-degree
Yes,
tour
for
because
sure.
it's gorgeous. Like, we could talk just memories for an hour. We could talk just beauty for an hour, and we could talk just the electronics and the technology for the hour. It really is a trifecta of the best gift ever. And then we added end of January money back guarantee because it is a Christmas in July moment with nearly 2,000 ordered. Please be patient with us. So Terry is on the line. Hi, Terry. It's Jane and Bob. I think this is just an absolute big grin moment for QVC because don't you love this value of the day?
Oh, I love it. I am just so psyched. Hi, how are you this evening?
We're great.
Terrific,
How are you?
thank you.
I am doing wonderful. This is so great. I had to laugh because when I saw that it played the little records, I just couldn't. Care Bears popped in my head from when my little kids were little, and I just kept thinking of the little records playing, and then I think of my husband throwing AC/DC on there, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
I love it. From Care Bears to
And it's just,
AC/DC.
I can't wait. You said bringing the family together, and it's what it's gonna be.
It is, it is. And what color did you get, Terry? Because they're all beautiful.
Oh, I got the mahogany. Ah, that is going to be fabulous. I can't
It's
wait.
beautiful,
And
genuine
I'm
wood. You'll like it. Yeah.
Getting the table too.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Yeah, the table is really beautiful, and you know, I looked at that table and thought, okay, I know what I would have to spend for just a plain table, and this is custom designed. It matches it. The beautiful painting inside, the grooves is the same. I mean, there's the black that we have in our QVC living room. You're gonna love it, Terry, and I'm so happy you're bringing the generations together from Care Bears to AC/DC.
That's cool. Very
awesome.
good. Very good for you.
Thanks,
It's
Terry.
so wonderful. I just can't wait.
You
And
hear
I
her
didn't even
laughing?
think about saving it for Christmas, but
Yeah.
I don't think I can wait that long.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, that's why we call it Christmas in July.
You bet. Thank you so much. It's been so wonderful talking to the both of you.
Oh, thanks, Terry.
Same
Bye-bye.
here, Terry. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bob, you have one right
Yeah,
next
sure.
to you, right?
Sure. Let
And
me bring it over here in front of us
we
for a
really
second.
just wanted you to see it 360 degrees because a lot of times when you purchase something, it's pretty on the front, but it really isn't beautiful all the way around. So no
Look,
matter
it's
where this is in the
beautiful
home, it's
wood
gorgeous.
finish. It's beautiful wood finish everywhere. In fact, you get a very good look here at where the cassette goes in. And I talked about hard wiring
Right.
things. In the back now, of course, you'll see here's that antenna. One of our callers asked about an antenna, and when
Right.
you uncoil that should be plenty for your local reception. All you need to do is plug it into the wall, and there's the auxiliary input so that if you have that type of connection, you're ready to go to put in any other kind of player or 8-track or whatever that's
And I'm
housed
so
in the
proud
back.
to show you the back because look at
It's
that.
well finished.
That's not just a piece of cardboard that looks like it's going to fall
Right.
apart. So if it's sitting in the room where you'll walk behind it, like we have over here in our QVC studio, that works as well. Okay, we're already 30 minutes into the hour. I don't know how that happened. So I'm going to do a quick color recap, and then we're going to take you back and show you everything this does. But
Sure.
what this is unlocking that moment when you heard that music so many years ago. It's letting you now take the music that you love with you no matter where you go. So the one we're seeing right here that our last caller just fell in love with, that's the mahogany. That's been one of the most popular choices since midnight. They've all been popular. That's here for one day only at our today's special value price of $57.38 with that love it or return it now to the end of January 2016.
Cool, very
That's
cool.
mahogany. On the other side are the other choices. All of them have been popular, but we do have a new rock star, and that is this elegant black. This is by far the most limited, and there's no advance orders on what we have right now. So everything we have in, we're shipping out today, not an advance order. That black is beautiful. It's the only one with the chrome accents. Espresso has been talked about a lot. That's also a brand new color, a little deeper than your mahogany, and then you have your blonde oak, and that's something that one of our friends from Florida already picked up. So before we show you everything that this does, Kathleen's joining us. Kathleen,
Wonderful.
you are gonna do dance moves like you haven't seen in years when you get this home. Welcome to our today's special value.
Thank you so much.
How are you tonight?
Fantastic. I just love the Aviator. I think it's one of the best
items I've seen on QVC ever.
Oh,
Thank
great.
you.
Now, why do you
Thank
say
you.
that? Because we've got thousands of them. So why do you think this is one of the best?
You can't beat the Aviator, one. And two, I used to be a professional singer, and I have old albums from the 70s and 80s that I want to take and put on a CD and copy so I can use them for singing.
Oh my gosh.
And boy, Kathleen, you won't need a computer.
No.
You won't need an external turntable or wires or anything to hook up. Your index finger is all you need to touch that record button and make them. And I bet you'll make quite a few the way she's sounding there. You know?
Oh man, I love music, and your QVC is the best ever.
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Kathleen. I bet there's family members that were never able to hear some of your albums and some of the tapes that you have. So when we talk about unlocking the memories, you are the absolute poster child of that. So enjoy it. It's going to be amazing. We can't wait to get it out to you.
Thank you so much, and have a fantastic evening.
Thanks. You too,
Thank you,
Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is.
So if you just tuned in today and today only, and you look at this and say, oh, I think I've seen those before, guess what? You haven't.
Not
because
this one.
Bob is now going to show you how many ways Aviator can unleash and unlock the music that we love.
Indeed, I will. Well, the first thing that's most obvious, we'll take the tour of the 8 and 1 and all those 8 things, of course. We have the turntable up top, playing 33 1/3, 45 or 78 RPM records, so you can relive that vinyl memories, not just from the past, but as you said, vinyl is the rage now.
It is, it
Okay.
is.
In fact, I was in New York City not too long ago, and vinyl record stores are popping up all
Everywhere.
over
I'm
the place.
so happy
Because
to
it's
see
a
this.
wonderful, viable format. Still,
Right.
you know, we went into the digital age, but there's something about that vinyl. You know what's cool about vinyl that we never even talk about? The album art.
Yes.
Okay, the album covers were all part of the thrill and iconically burned into our mind, okay? So you're getting the beautiful sound of the turntable right there, okay? Using this particular strip of lights, lighted switches here, or using your turntable, you can select other sources. For example, touch tape. Yes, you can play cassette tapes that you're hearing right now in the Aviator.
And that's
okay?
right here on the side, so that's where you
Right.
put your cassettes in.
AM, FM radio. So we're able to listen to our favorite sports broadcast or beautiful FM stereo radio locally, even with a light that tells you when your signal is the strongest or if it's in stereo.
What's the traffic this morning?
Oh,
you know,
traffic
will I be able
reports
to
and
go
whatever.
this way or that way? This is all covering
How about listening
it.
to a baseball game on the radio
Yeah.
the way our grandparents
Yes.
enjoyed baseball
The
games?
way I used to listen to the Phillies in upstate Pennsylvania
Yeah,
on my
and you and I are both
grandparents.
up northeastern
Yep.
Pennsylvanians, and we both enjoyed the Phillies and everything via the radio.
Right.
They didn't carry them on television
Or the
then.
Yankees.
Or the Yankees. They were big up there too, absolutely, okay? Here's the new thing Jane talked about moments ago. Now we have the capability of playing back and recording, by the way, from USB sources
That's
like
a
USB.
new feature.
That is a brand new feature debuting here today on today's special value. You simply just take your USB thumb drive or other USB device, put it in there, and select USB from the switch here on the panel, or once again, from your remote control, you can select the USB source as well. And within moments, you'll be able to then play your USB sources from your USB thumb drive and
Wow.
record to the thumb drive
Wow.
too. You know, we talked about CDs in the car. Now a lot of cars come with a USB port.
Right.
So you can dump your music, dub your music onto a USB drive, pull it out, put it in your car, and whoa, you're listening to Iron Butterfly from that vinyl disc from 35, 40 years ago.
On a USB
This may be older
port.
than that. You know, I'm
I
really
don't know.
aging myself.
We don't go there.
yeah.
And then there is an external input in the back if you want to do that. There's a headphone jack in the front. And you also have this Bluetooth capable. So if
Indeed,
you
you
have
do.
your phone, if you have your tablet, if you have your iPod, filled with all that music, you don't have to keep it locked into that and only be the only person that listens to it. How many people buy expensive speakers just that are Bluetooth enabled?
Indeed.
Now this is going to work for that too. See, when it says blue, up to 33 feet away, it's reading that phone, that iPad, that iPod, whatever it is, and it plays your music. all for 5 easy payments of $37.38, bringing back the love, the memories, the fun, the laughter. You'll dance a little more when you're cooking in the kitchen. This is the gift for the holiday season, and it's today and today only at this price. We're gonna run off to the phones, and Dan, don't forget we have to check my Facebook page because I know many people are checking in with their memories on Facebook, so thanks for playing along with us. Marjorie from New York. Marjorie, we want to know what's the first album you're going to put on the Aviator?
Okay, probably Moody Blues.
Oh, the Moody Blues.
Remember them well.
Nice
Remember
and
them
white
well.
satin, you know, gotta have that. But what caught my eye about this, I mean, it ticks all the boxes. For you can play your records and so on and so forth, and your CDs and you know, the whole bit. But I'm a classical pianist, and I like to make tapes. And this will enable me to make the tape and turn it into a CD.
Indeed, right.
I can record it on there, and then I can just take it and either give it as gifts or play it in my car or whatever, what have you. And I have been looking for something like this for a very long time to be able to do that. And so I've got everything else. I can put it wherever I want in my house.
Right.
And just let it go.
Right. And you know, the thing is, Marjorie, I bet if you thought you would find something that did everything you wanted, again, sharing now your music with so many people around the holiday season, did you ever expect it to look this gorgeous? Like, did you expect it to look like this?
No, no. I mean, this is a piece of furniture.
It is.
Indeed it is.
It
Right.
is.
Right.
It's very retro looking, but yet at the same time, it's up to date and with everything it can do.
Perfect. Well, I love that everybody's had such a personal, wonderful story behind it. And Marjorie, enjoy. My last question is, what color did you get?
I got the espresso.
Oh, that's new. We've
New
never
today,
done that
right,
with Aviator
right.
before.
Yeah, I like that. It's pretty.
Oh, it's
a nice
gorgeous.
color.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Marjorie. Oh, share your beautiful classical piano music with so many people, and thanks for being part of our show tonight.
Well, thank you so much, too.
Thanks, Marjorie. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So from Care Bears and AC/DC to the Moody Blues to classical pianists to our friend who was a singer back in the, what did she say, the 70s and the 80s, and is now going to be able to unleash her music. Awesome, but we really tapped into something on Facebook. So many of you have talked about your favorite album. We had so many responses. So we've got Tom Petty, we've got Fleetwood Mac, we got a lot of people that are saying they want to listen to Britney Spears. Lots of people loving the Beatles, the Beach Boys. So thank you guys for going to my Facebook page. And remember that all that music that maybe has been locked into these albums for so many years now can be played, but so can the music that is on your phone.
Indeed.
And
Yeah.
I think that, you know, when Aviator first came to QVC, it was really all about grabbing those vinyl albums that we had carefully held on to, hoping that someday we'd be able to play them again.
A lot of people got rid of their turntables and everything, and I
but
hear
held on to their albums.
Yeah, but they held on to the albums, and I've heard that a lot recently. Like, I'm going to get that simply because I'm kicking myself for getting rid of my turntable.
Right.
Well, now you have the turntable and the speakers and the amplifier and the remote controls and everything all in one small 18 by 10-inch cabinet.
That's beautiful. And also, we're now in this vinyl revolution. Like I said, in a suburban shopping center, when I walked into a bookstore that for years has only been books and CDs and DVDs, and I saw this entire vinyl display with a big sign, I thought, okay, everybody's ready for the Aviator. So it's today and today only at QVC. Bob brought Aviator to QVC, and when we first did the first models that did not have the features that this did, because this has more ways to listen to music than ever before, flying out the door.
Almost
Colors-
every time we presented it was a sellout. I
Yes.
mean, because people resonated literally
Right.
and figuratively with the beauty of the Aviator, the wooden look, and also the warmth of the music.
Right. So
Yeah.
tonight, over 2,500 have been ordered. We'll present it in this hour and throughout the day, but there is no advance order, and especially with the response to the black, I don't want you to wait on your favorite color. If you say, wait, this is perfect for mom and dad, this is perfect for my son or my daughter who they're in high school, but they love music. They've discovered that cool vinyl record store, or they've got all their music on their phone, or they have it on the computer so they can, for the first time ever, download it and put it in that USB. if you're buying it for Hanukkah or Christmas, buy it confidently, because get the one-day only price, get our 5 easy payments, that's $37.38 a month on Easy Pay, that's it. And when you get to December and you give it as a gift, if he or she doesn't love it, it is a return to the end of January 2016.
Very cool. How cool, yeah.
So Darlene from Washington is on the
Excellent.
line. Hi Darlene, meet Bob. Welcome to our Today's Special Value.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
We're great. We love chatting with you tonight.
Oh, thank you. I picked this up because I have some cassettes from the 80s that were recorded in clubs. I have a friend who was a DJ, did the record mixing with 3 turntables.
Oh my
Darlene,
gosh.
I did the same thing for a living for a while, and I still have my tapes from the times I spun records in the clubs. You can hear the crowds in the background and everything on the dance floor. They are among the most precious things to me, and I am now copying them onto CDs so I can hit the road with them. Yeah.
That's what I want to do because these things won't last forever.
No.
No, they don't.
And I want to get that so I can play them in the car. But I do have a question. With those tapes, can I record that onto the flash drive or onto the USB
Yes, you
port?
can. Yes, you can.
awesome.
It will go onto the CD or onto the USB flash drive. You have the choice.
Oh, awesome. That's perfect. You got everything I need.
Yeah. You know what? I think what's great about Aviator, Darlene, is that they care. You know, they understand that this is something that's not just a way to play music. This is a way to bring families together. This is a way to join generations. And this is, you know, it's like when you see something you haven't seen in 20 or 30 years and you hear that music, it means something to you. It's so emotional, but they also listen to you. So, you know, when customers like you said, we want yesterday's way, today's way, and tomorrow's way of listening to music, that's exactly for the first time what this Today's Special Value truly delivers.
Right.
Yeah, this is absolutely perfect. And I just, I'm excited to really get it.
Oh, I can't wait for it to come. What color did you get?
I got the espresso.
Oh, that's new today.
It's new. It seems to be
Along with the
popular,
black.
right.
Lots of people chatting about it. Look at the detail. Look how in the groove that's been all hand finished and painted. I mean, you would never look at this and think USB, but that's hiding right there too for the first time ever. I just think you're gonna adore it, Darlene.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it. I even posted this on my Facebook page to my friends and said, you've got to check this out.
Oh, awesome.
Excellent.
Well, thank you for
you.
being our
have
Facebook
no way
ambassador.
to record, and they're vinyl, you know,
Right.
and I've got 45s from the Beatles and Neil Diamond, and
Wow.
I can't play, so now I'm going to be able to do that.
Now you can play them, you can record them onto CD or onto the USB. You're set to go anywhere with it, Darlene. You're unlocking all that great music.
Great, well, thank you so much for bringing it.
Our pleasure.
Thank
you,
you.
Darlene. Bye-bye.
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 So people are talking about a lot of the different colors, and already over 3,000 of you have dialed in. I can tell you, if you want the black, don't be waiting till the middle of the day. Darlene's espresso is also popular. This is the mahogany, the one between Bob and yours truly. It is a beautiful, rich mid-tone. It's always one of our most popular colors. But not only did you ask Bob to go to the engineers and bring you more features, but you also asked for more colors. So more colors than we've ever seen before.
Yes.
This
new
black, the only one ever to be seen with that beautiful chrome. That's a new color, that's spectacular, and it has been one of the best sellers since midnight.
No surprise.
Next one down, just as popular, honestly, really catching up as the hour's going on, is the espresso. That's new, that's a little deeper, a little more brown tone than the mahogany. And then don't forget about one of your favorites, the blonde oak. I feel like that has a real retro feel to it. And then you walk up with your phone or your iPad or your tablet and it's Bluetooth enabled and people are like, what? Like, imagine this, buying it for grandma and grandpa and they're enjoying their music, maybe on the CD, the cassette, and the turntable, and then you walk in with your USB drive, you walk in with your phone, like everybody comes together with the Aviator.
Indeed. You know, you say come together, and this story I love to share. One of my earliest childhood memories, I get choked up even thinking about it. My dad walked home one day, I was a little kid, maybe 4 or 5 years old, the fedora on, like, you know, was fashionable back then, and the raincoat and everything. He walked in and he held up in his hand a little portable record player. We had never had a record player.
Wow.
I leapt for joy, squealed with joy, and he had one record from a department store. It was a Christmas record compilation. It had all these different artists, Mario Lanza and Ed Ames and the Ames brothers, if some of you are old enough to remember that. I still have that record.
Wow.
Hadn't listened to it in years. My dad passed away a couple of years ago. My mom came to our house for Thanksgiving. I had one of these, the previous version, sitting on the side table in our dining room for Thanksgiving.
Great place for it.
And that first record we ever owned, on the first record player we ever had, came out of that jacket, and I played it for my mother. And we were all in tears.
Now you're making me cry.
Living a memory. But we talked from the very beginning. This is not about technology.
I usually don't cry during today's special value.
It's a true story. It's one of the most precious possessions I have is that record
that
album.
record.
And I still have that record player, by the way. But that's the point. It's not about technology here. It's about these memories and what music does to our minds and our souls.
It's true.
We just have the good fortune of having the great technology to share it now so easily.
And I didn't know I was going to need tissues. Okay. Okay, can we really make this loud? Because these speakers, you don't need extra speakers. Yeah, you're not even gonna hear me if I try and talk.
It literally speaks for itself, does it not?
I was just at that very famous theme park in Florida in May, and my gift from my sister was a vinyl record of her favorite princess. That's what I brought home. So this, like we said, is a new revolution. You're now going to be finding new albums in places like my daughter's got their favorite artist, Taylor, and her new album actually in an album. And I looked at it and I thought, I remember when I got my wisdom teeth out and my brother bought me Thriller. I can remember him walking into my bedroom and saying, here, Jane, I know you don't feel good. I got them all 4 out at one time. When we got the soundtrack to Jesus Christ Superstar at Easter, I think I wore that record out. That's what this moment is. And Carolyn is on the line. Hi, Carolyn. Welcome to QVC. Meet Bob. What a moment for music lovers today is on QVC.
Yes, it is. It sure is.
Well, welcome. Why did you want to pick up the Aviator?
One of the reasons why it's a vintage look, plus the vinyl, the phone, for the records, plus the CDs, plus the old, cassette tapes. I have a lot of them, and I can't wait to put some of those on a CD. Some of the ones that you can't do. And some, don't stay around like, CDs do as much. But I really like it. It is so unique and so vintage looking, and it'll fit right in our decor.
Perfect.
Wonderful. And I just love it.
Carolyn, is there
I've been wanting one for quite a while to play some of the records that we have. And my husband loves a lot of the big band era, which I do too.
It's ideal.
I think earlier you mentioned Bing Crosby with White Christmas. I do have him singing on an album with White Christmas. That's one of my favorite movies.
Me too.
So I can't wait to play that and some of the music that I grew up in the 60s.
Yes.
With like Paul Anka, Ricky Nelson.
Yes.
Elvis, of course.
Yes.
And the Beatles.
And the Beatles.
Yes, I have 3 or 4 of the first original albums, and I still have them.
Yeah, me too.
And they're still wonderful.
Yep.
I can't wait to play them on this new technology.
Yes.
But I'm not buying it for the technology, but for the music and
Exactly.
records and the tapes that you can, listen to all in one.
And it will deliver, Carolyn. We promise. What color did you go in your decor? What color did you choose?
I got the blonde oak, even though I love that new espresso. It would go good, but I think the blonde oak would do better with or we're going to put it in our den.
Right. Well, it's gorgeous.
I can't wait to receive it.
Oh, it's on its way, Carolyn. You don't have to wait. Like we said, there's no advance orders, so what we have now, we're going to ship out to you right away, and you're going to be able to listen to it. And Carolyn, have you ever shopped with QVC before?
Yes, I did many years ago, but I just placed another order for the first time in many years earlier today.
Oh,
So-
well, welcome back, Carolyn,
and I'm
enjoy.
sure it's not going to be my last before the Christmas
Wonderful.
in July.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks, Carolyn. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You
Bye-bye.
guys have a good evening.
Thanks.
You too, Carolyn. Thank you.
Take care. So if, like Carolyn, you're brand new and you look at this and you think, wait a minute, like I can spend that much just on a Bluetooth speaker, right?
Sure you could.
You now have, let's actually run this tape because we're almost out of the hour. It's funny, you might say, how can you talk about something for an hour? I feel like I've just scratched the surface. So Bob, what do we do here?
3-speed turntable to play all your different record formats. Of course, into the digital future with the CD player and recorder to preserve your tapes or your records and play them elsewhere in places you could never play them before. AM/FM radio, so enjoy classical or hard rock on FM and enjoy your AM radio for ball games. Cassette player, our last caller said about all the cassettes they had, okay?
Right.
Bluetooth, so you can have the digital wireless streaming age there. And new for today, we have introduced a USB player and recorder. Plug in that thumb drive and take your music everywhere, and even put it back on your computer, put it on your digital music devices with the USB device capability recording. Remember, recording to CD and USB, we have all the bases covered. Whether you're 7 years old or 70 years old, we have it covered here in the Aviator.
And you know, I was talking to my husband today and I said, you know, where are all your albums? And he actually sold his collection many years ago. And if you're in that boat, the beauty is now vinyl is everywhere. 2 years ago, if my daughters wanted to buy their favorite artist, they would either download it or they would buy a CD. That was it. Now, vinyl is back. I know, it's sitting in my family room waiting to go on the Aviator. So what I'm saying is, even if you've, like my husband, gone that route when you went from one house to the next and you thought, oh, I have no way to play this, you've got the ability now to go out and purchase so many wonderful vinyl albums. If you're lucky enough to still have them, you're gonna play that. But yes, you'll play your CD. Yes, you'll play your Bluetooth. Yes, you'll download your music to your USB. And for the first time ever to be able to put it on the Aviator. We've got a little update in the color too, because mahogany is the color that usually is our most popular, our best seller. It's gorgeous. There's some really rich, high, low tones to that, and that's the mahogany. Now, for a long time, the black, which has a very sleek look, I think it's probably could go very, very contemporary or also very elegant. It is the most limited on the day.
Not surprised.
No advance order. But, Bob, you are right. In this midnight hour, also brand new, 1,100 people dialed in just for the espresso.
Oh my goodness.
That's kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So clearly you're loving these two new tones. And then our last lovely caller who's going to enjoy all of her music, she mentioned, I love her. She has a broad range of the type of music that she loves. She's getting the blonde oak. And what are you holding here?
All I want to do is make sure that we emphasize we cover all the bases. Big 33 1/3 long playing record albums, we call them LPs, remember? Long playing, okay? Old 78 RPM record albums, 45s, cassette tapes, new today, the USB capability, and don't forget, we have the ability to stream with Bluetooth from your digital devices with Bluetooth technology. We are all set to go with virtually every music format you could have ever thought of.
There you go. As we round out our hour, if you have more questions, go to QVC.com. We have a lot of extra information there that we might not have covered. I hope we did, but make somebody's holiday. You might even want to get more than one.